Thanks, Jess. Hi, everyone. And look, on behalf of our chairman, Rob Chapman, and the other directors of the Adelaide Football Club, welcome to what is an historic night for the club and South Australian sport more broadly as we launch our women's team for the very first time. The fact is we've actually worked through a number of historic moments over the last year or so, from fighting hard initially to win the right to have South Australia represented in this competition, to signing our first players, announcing our first sponsors, selecting our first captains, and many, many more. And each and every one of these have been milestones and significant milestones for the individuals and the organisations involved with the football club. And tonight, as we present our players to you, we look forward to the inaugural national season with both equal doses of optimism and excitement. There is a revolution happening in our sport, and this is one of the most significant eras in the 26-year history of our club, and we feel privileged and we understand the responsibility that comes with having the state's only elite women's lineup. In fact, in a relatively short time for the club, we've grown to become one club with 3 teams now, and who all will work very hard to represent our fans proudly. Now, you've heard me say before that we're determined to be the club of choice for women and girls throughout South Australia and the Northern Territory. That is a key part of our vision. We want to offer the opportunities and the pathways for women to participate in and enjoy our great game, whether they choose to be a player, a coach, an official, a fan, or for those troubled souls and suckers for punishment, perhaps an administrator like me. This is a responsibility and one that we certainly embrace. And the numbers don't lie. More and more girls are becoming involved in our great game. Nearly 1 in 3 people playing football across the country are female, close to 380,000 women across the country. Here in SA, the number of female participants have increased by 13.5% last year, and 53,000 girls signed up for Auskick nationally, a 21% increase on the year prior. Those figures are only going to get bigger and bigger as the interest swells and the pathways mature. When people ask me what success looks like, as many have, this sits alongside our desire to win the cup that was unveiled yesterday. We want to play a leading role in ensuring that tens of thousands of young girls in South Australia are inspired to and have the opportunity to play this great game. And they will be inspired as the best players in the country take on the best. In many ways, what you see on the weekend and the weeks that follow will be the same game that you're used to. There'll be extraordinary bravery, athleticism, skill and teamwork. But will also be different because the girls will play it their way. Like all new initiatives, there'll be highlights and lowlights, successes and failures. And as has been spoken about, these young women and those that represent the other 7 teams in the competition carry much responsibility on their shoulders as they showcase the game in this first season. But as the Trailblazers that they are, they'll embrace the challenge, I'm sure of that. And I'm supremely confident that not only is this a league that is here to stay as a part of the football landscape well into the future, I'm also confident the game will evolve quickly. And what it looks like in a few years' time will be different to today, and each year after that, it will continue to evolve. It's going to be an exciting journey. I'd like to formally acknowledge the AFLNT, and in particular CEO Michael Solomon and High Performance Manager Wally Gallio, who were instrumental in helping us first win the right to have a team and then work to deliver a team that can make an impact in this competition. We've quickly established a strong and multifaceted partnership, and together we'll grow the game through the Central Corridor. Been encouraged by the support that the Crows have in the Northern Territory, and look forward to building upon this when we play our games up there, both in the women's competition and the men's competition, and in fact both against the Melbourne Football Club. And it was also fitting that the captain of the NT team of the century, Andrew McLeod, obviously a legend of the Adelaide Football Club, has designed our first ever Indigenous jumper, which is the only Indigenous jumper that will exist in the AFL women's competition this season. Now, there's been a great deal accomplished since we first sat down to map out our women's football strategy nearly 18 months ago, and I couldn't be proud of the staff who've all worked tremendously hard to turn this dream into a reality. Thank you to everyone who's gone above and beyond and continues to go above and beyond to make us better every day. To that end, the commitment of Beck Goddard, her coaches, the team staff, the administration and of course the players that demonstrated throughout the pre-season their commitment throughout the pre-season has been extraordinary. It was a short runway, a really short runway, but I know they've given their all and they'll be ready. And I know they're all bursting at the seams to get out there on Saturday. They've earned the right and they deserve it. In many respects, we've already exceeded a number of our initial expectations, but I was reflecting that maybe that's because we underestimated what was possible. But in any event, we know there's much more to achieve both on and off the field in the years ahead, and we look forward to that. It's been wonderful to see how the football public has quickly formed an affiliation with our players that's sure to grow. Our foundation membership sold out in quick time, while a huge number of people are consuming content on the club's digital platform on a daily basis. The mainstream media coverage has also been outstanding, and I thank all of the representatives of the media who are here today who have played a key role in that, in building the profiles of the players and the team, and they'll do so, and I'm sure they'll do so in coming years. The corporate support, as Jess mentioned, has also been very strong. A special thanks to our major partners in Harris Scarf and Workskill Australia. Thomas Farms, Kazales, RAA, Toyota have also jumped on board, were quick to engage and extend their support of the club as they recognise the opportunity that was in front of them, and they also sit alongside us on this journey. I'd also like to particularly note the support of both the South Australian and the Northern Territory governments. It is significant, and it's certainly appreciated. Katrine Hildyard is here today representing the Premier, and together with your counterparts in the Northern Territory, you both embrace the vision that we shared with you. You understand what this means for women's sport more broadly in your respective jurisdictions, and you're willing to get behind it, so thank you. The NT Chief Minister Michael Gunner is a passionate supporter of football. He's also agreed to become our inaugural NT-based patron, which we were thrilled about, and will unveil our SA patron very soon, so stay tuned. Gil McLaughlin said yesterday at the competition launch that there's no doubt that women's football is good for business, but it's also so much more. It's about equality and about aspiration, and I couldn't agree with his comments more. The sport isn't new, and the game for women isn't new. It's developed across the country over many years, but it's missed critical pieces that are now here to complete the pathway. As a father, I know that I'm proud that my girls, Jade and Ivy and Giselle, all have a choice. And I'm glad that they don't know that previously they wouldn't have had the opportunity to play competitive footy once they reached 13, let alone on the national stage. But now if they choose, they can soar like Chelsea Randall, they can tackle like Heather Anderson, they can run like Monique Hollick, and they can kick like Courtney Cramey. And as the promotional campaign goes, I'd like to see that, and I'm glad that I now can. So to Senior Coach Beck Goddard, Senior Assistant Andrew Hodges, all of your support staff and other coaches, all the players, good luck. Your time is now. The speeches stop, the games begin. So get stuck in, make your friends, your family, your teammates, your supporters in this club really proud. Just like you've done over the last several months, don't be constrained by any limits. Continue to exceed all the expectations that are placed upon you. I'm sure you will, and you'll do so knowing that the entire Crows family is behind you. Good luck and go Crows.